So I'm back at this cool place again. Ikeshima Coal Mine Ruins. Pretty Ajisai. これから廃墟を散策したいと思います。あ、ここはまだ現役でした。失礼しました。So it looks like this might have been maybe like the entertainment area of the island, if I can even call it that. Some old pachinko machines. But the rest of the neighborhood looks pretty normal. Walked quite a ways now. Remnants of a bar there. Pretty much every building is shuttered down. This must have been the strip club. Just kidding. Out round back now. Wow. Nande toke atten no? 展望台もあった。That looks cool. Nice. And now a peek into one of the residences here. Kurodenwa on the tatami mat. And Shin Sanshu no Jingi no Hoko. This one's open, so I'm going to check it out. Yes, I'm shirtless. So I got super lucky and work was complete before lunch. So I've got a rental car and I'm screwing around again. Look at that beauty. I'm at the Kosuge ship repair facility built by Thomas Glover in 1869. Look at this fucking winch. So there's the old dock house with the winches, main rails on either side. Really like these stone walls. Beautiful day. And how they use the natural landscape here to support the facility. I love this. Emerald green. And if you look here, it almost looks like one of those Japanese gardens with the gravel, except a water version. 拙い語りとどうでもいい内容の連投失礼してます。水が超綺麗、飛び込みたい、下田行きたい、仕事してない、こういうとこ大好き。Absolutely beautiful. Oh shit. Running on tetrapods to check out this view of Gunkanjima. Really does look like a battleship. Now I'm at a pretty nice beach called Takahama, right here on Nomozaki Peninsula. You can see Gunkanjima or Hashima, the official name. And the sand here feels really nice on my feet. It's like the perfect grain. Alright, I've now come up to Gongenyama Lookout, opened in 1638 in the lead up to the Sakoku closed door policy by the Edo shogunate. Then later used by Japanese imperial forces, then US forces. A lot of these places share similar histories. I'm now at the Kawashima Lighthouse of 1931. 総工費は 41,247 円だったそう。Fun fact, the lighthouse on Gunkanjima was built actually the year after it closed because the residents were no longer providing light for ships passing by. レンタカー返す前に上之島ラスト。めっちゃ綺麗。ちょっと曇り。That arcade actually brings you toward one of my favorite areas of the city, Teramachi District. I'm back. I really need to just move here, I think, because I love it so much. I could do this forever, literally. It's so nice. I love everything about this city. Alright, quick rundown on this amazing city. Thank me later. You have Inasayama Lookout on the other side of town, as well as Mitsubishi and their historic shipyard facilities over here. Glover Garden and Nabekamariyama. Amazing views as well, right here. You just witnessed like 10 World Heritage Sites. Congratulations. Now at the former residence of big bad German bloke Philip Ziebold, who was the resident physician here at Dejima under Dutch military. There's his bust. Talk about bagels. He named in his studies a form of hydrangea after his chick Otaki. Hey, look at your beautiful coat. And look at these curious little ones over here. Oh, hey. 佐世保の恵比寿神社に来ております。Beautiful as always. Pretty stone. Pretty water. おすすめスポット、石岳弓張佐世保市街地造船所、天海峰、九十九島。こちらは大好きな寺町の平振り坂です。These shoes are so comfy. おいで。Check out this very unique porcelain torii gate here at 宮地岳神社、八幡神社。Meiji 21, 1888, made in the Arita kilns. Looks blue and white to me, some say it looks black and gold. So pretty much just outside the Richmond Hotel in the still very lively Shianbashi district where I'm staying lies the remains of the old Maruyama red light district. The gate, ironically now, is a Koban police box. So apparently a forced consolidation of brothels in 1642 made the Maruyama red light district here. I think it's interesting to note that foreigners are depicted in drawings of the time, even though we're talking Edo period. Here is the Kagetsu. So just on one of the corners of the former red light district now, Maruyama Park, is Kagetsu. I think it's more of a tea house slash restaurant now, but you can see how extravagant it is with these amazing gates, the brothel windows. And this entire property is absolutely gorgeous. This little courtyard here. With sort of the wavy, old-school Edo glass. The entranceway. I wonder what kind of sentiments were carried in and out of here. Old school. I really like this front facade with the moss and the plants growing on the awnings. Sticky na genkan. Man, this little town is such a right mess. But that is precisely what I love about it. Just wandering around some random residential area. Maruyama still. Just a maze. I wish you guys could actually be here to take in the sights and the smells. This entire alley smells a bit like your nan's wardrobe. Old, but refreshing. And looks like remnants of the old open sewage system with the wooden covers, notorious for spreading fire. I've just blindly walked up another flight of stairs and discovered another whole area that I want to explore. The problem is there's not enough time to see everything in the city, even though everything's pretty tightly packed together. Here's another ryote. We're still in the Maruyama district. Here's a street that leads into the red light. It's not just the city that's beautiful. I see so many cool things happening, like people being people, families being families, traditions being passed on, like this father to daughter here. Such a shit. Now I'm at one of my favorite spots out here in Nagasaki. It's a little point called Kaminoshima. There's a little bit of wake that a ship just caused. Cute little beach, white church, statue, Tori. So I've driven out to another one of my favorites. It's a beautiful lookout point out here. Happens to be in the 33rd parallel, hence the name. Even features an old Imperial Navy lookout. Very cool. Look at this guy. Looking all fed up. Inasa's got like a 360-degree lookout point up here. This is sort of looking southwest. There's that white church I was talking about the other day, way out there, Kaminoshima area, islands. So I'm at my favorite spot again, that torpedo test site built on Omura Bay in 1918. Looks like really low tide. There's the launch facility. Minna, kyomi motte. So here we are at the end of the launching facility. Just a launching bay in there. Here are the ruins. So I just tried this SUP thing for the first time, and it was a lot harder than I was expecting. The hardboard was anyway. I switched over to those big boards there and it wasn't so bad, but it's beautiful out here. Look at that. Okay, so I've come up round back. Check out this Japanese kawara roof tile that works totally fine with the stained glass and the traditional shape and everything. And here's the views out front. Amazing. Holy shit, I just found a really old property marker 氷柱明治32年陸軍省 Nagasaki Yosai. I know you guys don't give a fuck, but holy shit. So here's another really cool place in town. Meganebashi. Or Spectacles Bridge. Or Titties Bridge. Such a gorgeous day here. Check out those clouds. I am back here at the Big Asuri, official name. I love this place. Look at this old chaya. Looks like the locals are enjoying some suikawari down there. This chaya though has been operating since 1887. That's early Meiji. It's just somebody's crib, really. You know that by late Edo, Japan was realizing the prominence of the foreign threat. I always talk about Perry and his whole thing in the 1850s, treaty in 54. This Dutch military medic guy came and opened up a school here. You could say this is where modern medicine started. I've just walked down this maze of footpaths, tons of which are around the city. Even this mess of lines looks nice here. And here's an old beautiful red brick building sitting atop Ishizumi. That's pretty cool. And even the ground is something to look at here. Look how it's etched diagonally, uniquely. Wandering around in the former Chinese quarter, slightly different etching on this stone. Well, that kind of kills the mood. Beautiful arch. Apparently some etching in stone shows evidence that 1737 is the year that this Kannon-do was stood up here. This is crazy. You can't walk 10 feet without running into the next cool thing. This apparently are remnants of the old moats that encircle the Chinese quarter. Of course you wouldn't want fucking foreigners roaming free, would you? And this green strip on the ground shows where excavation work has showed that moat once flowed. So here's a corner demarcation point of the Chinese quarter. You can see where the moats kind of meet here. And look at this. I think I may have found a new favorite. Here's an old bathhouse in the Chinese quarter. 大好物なエリアがありました. There's a diagonal etching, a little bit more zatsu. I feel like I've warped in time-space and I've come to some far-flung place. Look at this creepy market. Another gorgeous day, guys. I've driven an hour and a half to a place with a beautiful name, Imari, Hizen. なんだっけ? 佐賀県伊万里市, famous for their aritayaki porcelain. I just love sleepy little towns like these. Look at those cliffs sticking out, just towering over the little town. Amazing landscape. Got some old ceramics kilns, do you call them? I don't know. But it's too hot. Time to go for a dip. So one way to get rich in early Edo, like when this pottery scene started here, was to sell shit to rich people. And there was even a security gate here to control access to the premises to protect the secrets on how to make this unique pottery. So since I didn't do my homework, I don't know the deets, but I can only guess that the abundance of firewood, clean water, proximity to Imari port for export had something to do with the success of this place. And it seems only fitting that such a secret operation is tucked back in a sleepy little valley. Alright, I've now come out to Hirado, way up in the north of Nagasaki. There's Hirado-jo Castle. I'm already impressed with this place. It used to be a Dutch trading post, one of the first in Japan. You can see a church and a jing at the same time. This little town is gorgeous. I just love little port towns like this. And this is my favorite part about Nagasaki. You have these super crazy maze of hills with pretty stone walls, some of them with a little bit of a foreign touch. I'm about to go check one out right now. What's crazy is that a lot of the original artifacts are still here from the 1630s. Like this wall was built by the Dutch to protect their trading house from potential fire, and nozoki, peeping toms. You can see the distinctive white mortar with shells mixed in it. port down there, castle overlooking it, Dutch wall, beautiful stone wall for the high roller residences up here. What's interesting is that by 1641 they kicked out all these Dutch and moved them to Dejima, and they actually ended up building a buke yashiki up here, which obviously was short-lived. These walls and hills are absolutely gorgeous. I think some of these patterns and etchings actually come from the stone retrieval process, like when they cube off of larger blocks. But it's stuff like this that makes me wonder, did a Dutch kid itazura that shit like 350 years ago? Back down to sea level where you have these original U-shaped walls. Of course, they were on the water at the time. Site of the original Dutch storage facility. And here is a stunning 1639 version, right on the water across from the castle. Big shout out to the tasteful people before me who have preserved the picturesque Edo elements of this old port town. It's gorgeous. Reminds me somewhat of the Kawagoe walk. Also, please somebody tell me this is a typo in the Romaji, otherwise I've been reading that wrong for ages. どうしてもこういうのに惹かれちゃうんだよね. I love little finds like this around the town. Here you have a brick wall, half of one at least, standard Japanese wall behind it, and homes that are falling apart. Like this one here, he's got trophies in it. I'm guessing for something other than home improvement. 速報です。小林が確認に参りました。確かにこの場所には寺院と教会の見える風景がございました。よかったです。Still kind of crazy to think that a movement that started here ended up becoming what is now Sofia. Thanks, Xavier. Still in Hirado, driving toward a lighthouse point called Obaehana. And I just saw this beautiful horizon on the way. These colors. Gonna be nice. I've made it to Obae Lighthouse. Here's the view. Layers in the landscape and Chujo Setsuri underneath. Sun beginning to set. A mirrored door. And the actual light. 灯台の外の明かりがつきました。ここからマイクロ波を飛ばして波浪計測を行っているそうです。というかここうかつに登ったら危なかったし。Look at that shit. That's some kasasu shit right there. Just 30 minutes from town is this nice little beach area called Takero. I came here last time too. Super high tide. It was just a few minutes ago actually. Really warm water. で、潮位も308とすごい高いです。どうでもよ。You can see Gunkanjima. Within stone's throw is Kujiragahama Beach. Absolutely stunning today. Look at that. You can see it's so high tide that the water comes all the way up to the wall. You gotta walk through the water to get down to the beach. Nice yacht. I've made it to Iojima. Not that Iojima. Iojima. There's the beach. Tried sup there for the first time last time. Emerald green. I've made it up to the lighthouse, Iojima Lighthouse of 1870. Here is the foundation to the original hexagonal structure. And that one's rebuilt. They've preserved the top though. It sustained damage from the A-bomb in Nagasaki. The lighthouse is definitely cool, but to me what's cooler is the place of residence, because you can see how the people of the time lived. Designed by the same Briton who designed the lighthouse. There's some coat hangers, some label plates, and here, the original plate. Here's quite an interesting cemetery here with the traditional Japanese stone form factor with the crosses added on top. There's the beach at the beautiful Iojima Marina. Some of these stones are from early Meiji. I wonder if they're buried or cremated. I thought it was illegal to bury here. So just outside the observer's office are the restroom facilities. 文化財です。使用できません. This one here is kind of posh. 東大町専用. They even got some urinals. Nice. これぞ川屋って感じですね. So it is Obon season here after all, and in holding to true tradition, families here are gathering at the grave sites of their loved ones and setting off fireworks and having a party, and it's just amazing. So I've walked all the way up to Hotaru Gyre. Up the street here is where I saw those shit, what do you call those bugs that light up in English? Excuse me while I deal with this massive brain fart. 今日はやや涼しい曇りですし、足もないので市内散策することとしました。ただやっぱ蒸すな。昨日言った鳥はアオサギかなと思います。Heron? Heron? I think it's heron. What are you meowing about? Hey. Come. Tiny little guy. I gotcha. Going on 10 p.m. now, but you can still hear the firecrackers popping off. I'm over by the station now shooting some long exposures, but I would say the Shoryo Nagashi thing, definitely a site worth checking. A lot of history with the obvious Chinese influence. Just a unique way of... 大村藩倉屋敷跡っていうのかな。つまりは番所の越宮的なとこだよね。そんな重要な施設のあったこんな広大な敷地に今カトリック教会があるってすごくない？ Been released from work a tad early, so gladly taking a stroll around this town. First stop, this beautiful bell, bought by this particular temple in Meiji 35 or 1902, but known to have been manufactured much earlier in China in 1438. Crazy that it still exists. Where are you at, Philadelphia? So at the moment, I'm kicking it with this guy, but I'm really supposed to be taking a stroll around the typical Nagasaki hillside. Lots of little footpaths and hills and mazes like this. Lots of fun. So here's an example of a really steep footpath between homes that you have no choice but to walk up and down. Tough on the elderly. Also, they had to get creative with trash collection. They have these green bins with slick plastic bottoms that they skid. 無造作シリーズ第1弾をお送りしております。This badass hill with a badass mon. But no nameplate, nothing, no explanation. How often do you see a brick wall covered in shikui or something with kawara on top? What? Bruh. ここで一旦急車ブレークです。2代目トヨタパブリカ、しかもピックアップ。Dope. The second generation Toyota Publica 4-speed manual, 58 horses. I am just slightly saddened by the fact that none of you guys give a shit, but I don't care. Me gonna do me. What's really cool about that church last night is that the original stone wall built by the Han is still intact. And she's a beauty indeed. Look at that. 皆様こんにちは。本日も仕事を早めに切り上げ、長崎市内を散策しております小林がお届けしてまいります。ほとんど仕事をしていないじゃないかと指摘するあなた、あながち間違っておりません。さて、この長崎市寺町エリアに So, another perfectly overcast day, relatively cool to be exploring the hills of Nagasaki City. But here, you see these skid marks? Well, it's probably a poor choice of words, but those are the marks left by these green trash bins I was talking about. They have to haul these up. もう本当もはや独り言レベルの連投で申し訳ないんですが I've showed how the homes are built right into these valleys up against these rivers that snake through the landscape. I love that, and I love how this guy built his own bridge to get across here. I've now hiked up to Hongochi Dam, built right around the turn of the century. Amazing, although somewhat dwarfed by the residences that tower over it now. Also, talk about overlooked gems. That is the first ever reinforced concrete bridge in Japan. What? I love these old mom and pop stores. They all smell the same, oddly. It reminds me of the times I would go down to the mom and pop in Shimoda to buy ice cream and stuff. Konnichiwa. 愉快な諸君よごきげんよう。ふらっと歩くだけで和洋折衷または新旧交わるまたは自然と人工の融合した景色に巡り合えるこれが長崎の素晴らしい魅力の一つと言えよう。